Hey guys, I swear to God, like I'm trying my best here. If you guys don't know, we're the Basement Clique. I'm saying we because me and my best friend Sam, we make these videos, we make content, we make blogs, that sort of thing. We've been doing it for about a year, and I think now we've finally got all the materials we need, whether it's the microphone or the camera and stuff like that, which I hope it looks good. I mean, it is just like a web camera. It is a good one. Anyway, so today I thought I would make my first video on Marina and the Diamonds, or Marina, formerly known as Marina and the Diamonds' first album in like 4 years. I have already listened to half of it because it came out earlier this month and I didn't record any of that. So unfortunately, I'll only be listening to the half of the album that I haven't listened to. So the new album, Love and Fear, it got released about an hour ago. I'm really hoping it's good. I'm really into it. So let's get started with the first track, which I am pulling up right now. I really like the beat so far. Oh wow. That part. See, I already feel like I know it, which is a good thing. Very catchy so far. I swear to God, every time it just like goes down, I just get like a big like. I really love when she goes into these like lower notes and kind of just takes it real slow for a while the rest of the song has been kind of busy. Really enjoy that. Oh, that gave me goosebumps. Sorry. Wow. Oh my God. Those vocalizations. Oh my God. Oh my God. That just. That felt like an out of body experience. I'm not even gonna lie. I have legit goosebumps. That was just. That was good. I don't even know how else to describe it. It's just everything about it flowed together, whether it was the music, whether it was the backtrack itself, or even the lyrics themselves talking about how she needs to believe in love and that she's just afraid of losing this person. In a lot of ways, I feel like most people can come to an understanding about that feeling of like being too afraid to be in love because you're afraid of losing that person. And then the part where she was talking about how we shouldn't take fear so seriously, I think that part alone just kind of like gives the song a different vibe to it. Instead of it being about like being afraid to be in love, it kind of is saying like don't be afraid to be in love. This song I still have goosebumps and I stopped listening to it like half an hour ago. That song is so good. The next song is called Life is Strange, which I'm not gonna lie, I've heard snippets of it. I think she did like an interview where she talked about it and then like played like a good snippet of it. Or maybe this is one she released on Twitter. I think she did both. There's an interview she did in the YouTube space with her manager. And then there was the clip she released on YouTube, and I think those are two in the same. Either way, I'm excited about this one. I really like the violin so far. Ugh. I swear, every time she does vocalizations, I'm just like, Again, it's another song I already feel like I know it like halfway through it. I love that about her songs. Me too. So, as I'm going to do with each of these songs, I'm going to kind of talk about it afterwards and kind of get my initial reaction / thoughts on it. That song was great. That song was fun. It was different. It sounded kind of like her older stuff. Like, it kind of gave me Family Jewels vibes for some reason. But the harmonizations and the parts where she's like, oh, that gets me going. That makes my body tingle, and it makes me want to just listen to a song over and over and over again until I get sick of it. Really good track, really good message. She talked about how like everybody looks like they're having the time of their lives, but we don't really know what's going on in the background, and I think that has a lot to do with social media and how we interpret it and how we, mess with it. We just go on Instagram, we go on Facebook, we see what everyone's doing, we kind of look around and we were like, oh, well, this person's doing this person's living in New York, this person's doing blah, 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 that perfect life. But in reality, like, we don't know what's going on in their life except for what they show. And the one thing about life that we all know is that life is strange. Next track is called You, which I don't think I've heard anything of. I'm not sure. Again, the harmonization is just in the background. It feels like it's going all over the place. I like that. This is the most poppy song on the album so far, I believe. It feels like something that should be on the radio. Again, first time hearing the song, but I feel like I know it. Always love that. The song was good. It was very poppy, very kind of sounds like it belongs on the radios. The one thing I didn't get from this song that I got from a lot of other songs was that vocalization harmony that Marina likes to do. This song was good, nothing against it. It's definitely one of those songs though that I feel like, for lack of a better way of putting this, it's kind of filler in a way. It belongs on the album. Every song is good. Every song, belongs there. This song felt kind of generic. And not in a bad way. It's a good track, it's a good beat, it's a good song. But in the way that Orange Trees kind of had me grooving in a way that I haven't been grooving in a while, where Orange Trees gave me like a relaxed feel, it made me feel very steady. It sounded so peaceful and joyous, and especially when the sun was setting, I got a vibe from Orange Trees of like serenity, and I got a feeling from it. This song gave me, I'm driving down the road and I'm listening to the radio, which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad song, but it's not my favorite on this particular album. Definitely one that I will listen to if it comes across it, but it's not one that I'm going to actively seek out. With that being said, let's move on to the next song, which is called Karma. This one has a baby vibe already. I'm into it. Karma's good. She reminded me a lot of Orange Trees in a way that I feel like those two songs, they belong together. Like how Lady Gaga has art pop, how art and pop belong together. Orange Trees and Karma belong together. Orange Trees, Karma, let's go. Karma's good. That was a good song. That was, unlike the previous song where it was more generic and more pop sounding and more radio friendly, this song sounds like it belongs on everybody's playlist. And everybody knows that song, but not everybody will listen to it on the radio. It's like everybody who has a Spotify should download that song because, oh my god, I think it's Karma, and Karma's coming to get somebody. We don't know who. Like she said, all the money in the world ain't gonna save this person. Karma is coming for them. Marina, you outdid yourself on that one. That is a bop and a half. Alright, next song is called Emotional Machine. Oh, this is a song from the album trailer. Oh my god. Oh, it sounds so spacey, almost alien-like. Oh, it's so ethereal. Did you ever truly love me? Did you? Oh my god. Okay. A few thoughts of it. As with every other song on this album, fantastic, really good. The difference with this song though is that it felt more ethereal. It felt more like an idea. It felt more like saying, don't treat me this certain way, don't act like because I've had things in my past or because I'm some kind of emotional machine that like cut off my feelings when I was a teenager, because as Marina's talked about in the past, she basically cut off that idea from her life of like ever finding love. And that's why she went through the eras in her past albums where she basically said like, look, I can't be in love, it's too much, basically. In this situation, she's like, this person is using me because they know that I know what they've been through, and they've got to understand that she has also gone through things that impacts her perception. Well, every time her voice like increases an octave. That's all I'm gonna say. Very good. A plus, Marina. Alright. Next song is called Too Afraid. Oh, goosebumps. A little bit speechless. A little bit. Wow. That is a song I want to listen to when it's 1:30 in the morning, I'm by myself, and I'm driving down a road. Probably the most emotional song so far, I think. More personal, it feels. It feels like this is coming from a place of personal distress for her. It's very good. God, it's so good. Next song is called No More Suckers. Oh. Oh, she's getting rid of that pattern. That's good. That's just rude. Penultimate song of the album. Again, is a pretty decent song. It was kind of poppy, kind of like the song "You" a little bit, where I feel like it definitely belongs on the radio, definitely belongs in a situation where people can listen to it over and over again, and it is a bop and a half. This one is more sassy than the other songs on the album so far. I don't know about "Soft to Be Strong," but I feel like "Soft to Be Strong" is not going to be a sassy song. I mean, it could be, but chances are it won't be. Very fun, very interesting. She's basically saying, "Go, I don't need you. You're my rearview mirror. That's all you are. You're the best. And if you didn't get the hint, I ain't replying to your text. So I don't know why you think I still want you around. Especially after you ate all my food." Can you tell how offended I am over that? Just don't go over to somebody's house and eat all their food. That just sounds very rude and very messed up. Also, didn't pick up the check and doesn't ask how they're doing. Who does that? A bad person. Well, not a bad person. Just not a very sympathetic or empathetic type of person. A person who's more about like selfishness than outward expression of human emotion. It's how it be sometimes. Okay, now. So far, none of these songs have like super made me like emotional, except for out of the whole album, "To Be Human" and "End of the Earth" are like two songs that I think are just very like emotional. Get that out of me. First time I think I listened to Be Human, I shed a tear. That's always a good sign. It's been a weird thing where like the first half of the album, I felt like it was actually darker, a little bit darker than this half of the album. This half of the album has felt very lighthearted, just about like kind of like making fun of the bad things in life, or making fun of serious situations. Like she said in the one song, like fear is silly, basically. It's a simple emotion that we exploit and we turn into something scary, but it's important to have. And there are good aspects to it. Like, it's just been a very, lighthearted half of the album. A lightheartedness I was not expecting. Moving on to "Soft to Be Strong," the last song on the album. Please, Marina, I feel it right here. This whole album is kind of like brought to the surface some emotions I've been having. I think there was one song earlier where I was just kind of like the whole time because I relate to it almost. So let's hope "Soft to Be Strong" makes that emotion pour out. All right, let's go. Wow. Wow. Oh my god, just goosebumps still. I know I was just sitting there talking about how I wanted, tears. I don't know if you can actually tell. Uh, did not cry, but I'm very misty-eyed. Oh my god, Marina. Okay. Initial thoughts. Best song on the second half of the album, in my opinion. Best song on the second half of the album. Out of the whole album, I think still my favorite is To Be Human and Into the Earth. Those two are like neck and neck for me. Soft to Be Strong is a solid third. God, how beautiful was that? The lyrics really meant something. It was very personal. You could tell from the way that she sang it and the way that she spoke that this is coming from a personal place where in the past, every emotion she had regarding love, she's held off because she was hurt by somebody. And she is now, as an adult woman, understanding that she was using it as a mechanism to build her walls up and like not let them go. And she was allowing herself to be weak because of that. In order to feel love, in order to be strong, in order to be happy, in order to do all these things and these good emotions, you have to be soft and you have to be strong. And it's not a bad thing. It's not a completely bad thing to be emotional or vulnerable or let your guard down. In order to be a better person, in order to accept love, you have to be soft and you have to be strong because of it. And just because you're emotional, just because you take on what people say, just because you get hurt and you stand back up, or you put up walls, or because you love unconditionally, it doesn't make you weak. If anything, that's way harder to do than to just be cruel and be upset and be mad at the world. Out of all the songs on the album, though, I will say that like this song probably spoke to me more than the others because I've dealt with that a lot, where I feel like I'm a very emotional person and I take on what people say and I express myself with different emotions. And lately I've been talking a lot more about these emotions and like kind of getting in tune with myself, as well as expressing these ideas and these thoughts towards the people I love and care about, so that I simultaneously protect myself from getting hurt while at the same time opening myself up to allow people to understand me better as a person. So that song, that's the song of this half of the album. That is the song. Still like shook. There's still some goosebumps left. Alright, so that was my reaction to Marina's Fear from her Love and Fear album. On our blog, I've reviewed music before, which you guys should actually go down below and check that out. If I were to grade this, the whole album as a whole, A+, 9 out of 10. Like 9.5 out of 10, like that sort of situation. Fear, I think, is a little bit... You know what? I can't really say that. I feel like both halves of the album have good and bad in them. They have a genericness to them on some songs and like a very ethereal, different sound to it on different songs. And I think she does a really good job at playing with that, where there are songs for almost everybody. There's a song on here that someone's going to listen to and be like, that's my song, I'm going to bop to it every day. But then there's also the aspect where it's not your cup of tea, and that's okay. And I think she understands that, and she talked about that at the YouTube space a couple days ago, where she said that like there's some songs that people are like really into, and there's some songs that people are like, why are you making this? Doesn't sound like anything I want. And I feel like that's kind of like the theme of the album, is that there are dualities to life. There are things that you love, things that you don't like so much, and there are things that are for you and things that aren't for you, and that you have to kind of have an understanding to reach that balance. Love and Fear is so good. I'm a little upset that I had to wait 4 years to hear this masterpiece, but I'm glad I did, because every emotion I could feel was there. And I really appreciate this piece of art, and I really love where she went with this. Alright, so that's my review. If you want to, you can go ahead and subscribe down below and become a member of the Clique. And we'll be back with more reactions on different things. We tend to focus on video games, movies, TV shows, and music. So if you're interested in any of those subjects, there's always going to be something down below for you. We're just now starting to build our channel out, so we'll actually start posting more. This is actually our first reaction video, so we'll see where it goes. And I hope you stick around and become a member of the Clique. And go ahead and check out our website down below, because we've been doing it for a year, and I'm really excited about what's to come and how we are going to expand and become better over time. And I hope that you're okay with this first attempt at a reaction video. Thank God we have editing, right?